Hey, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Tick, aka Game Fanatic, the Michael Jordan the Game, and also the Rebel YouTube Underground. I'm back with another video, and this is going to be my Witcher 3 Wild Hunt impressions video. So I want to go about saying this is not a review. Do not take it as a review. This is just my impressions of the game, my first impressions of the game. So pretty much, I only put about 2 hours and 30 minutes into the game. I've been trying to mix this and GTA 5 in at the same time because I've been playing a lot of that online, and also I've been playing a lot of the story mode on it. Even though I said I wasn't going to do the story mode on GTA 5, but I'm sorry, I lied. It's actually fun. It's 60 frames per second. It's almost just like you guys were saying. It's almost like a different game. Like it's 60 frames per second, and the graphics look amazing. It's just crazy. But we're talking about The Witcher. We're not talking about GTA. So let's get on The Witcher. So a lot of y'all might think from the last few videos coming at CD Projekt, because I saw it in the comments, because you turn a video about graphics into a review pretty much. I don't know where you guys got this idea, but you thought that I didn't like the game because I was talking about the downgrade and I was angry about it. That is totally false. I think the game was great. You know, I was looking forward to this game. When I saw this game in 2013, or 2000, whatever, yeah, 2013 at E3, I already wanted this game. I was looking forward to it. Now, I didn't play The Witcher 1, and I didn't play The Witcher 2. I used to see The Witcher 2 on Steam, like, all the time for Steam sales, and I almost bought it one year. I think it was last year. I almost bought it, but I was like, nah, I really don't want to, because the combat turned me off in the game. One, you just kept seeing the little twirly combo that he's doing right there, and I kept seeing people do that, and it got annoying. And I'm the kind of person that if I see a game that has swords in it and it's mature rated, you know, blood and stuff all over the place, I would expect limbs to fly off of people when they're getting hit by swords and hacked with it. And it didn't happen on The Witcher 2 unless you got a mod, and the mod just looked garbage. It didn't even look good when the limbs were flying off. So I didn't like it. But then when I saw the first trailer for this and they showed the combat and he cut people's heads off and stuff, I was like, oh man, I want this game. So it was already on my radar, man. It was already on my list for 2015. But like I said, my last few videos on The Witcher was about the graphical downgrade, and that's what we're going to talk about first. So the graphics. The graphics are good. They are good, but they could have been better, and that is the problem. That's why I had such a problem with CD Projekt, and I don't hate the game. And you're finally hearing that from me right now. I don't think the game sucks, but you guys are weird that way. If someone says one thing negative about a game, they automatically don't like the game. It's the funniest thing in the world. Like, you can say, man, I don't like the box art of this game. Man, why you hating? You ain't even play the game. The game is good. You a hater. I'm unsubbing. Like, that's how a lot of these people are. Like, you don't even have to really talk about the game. Just talk about the box art, and you automatically hate the game, and they want to unsub and stuff. It's weird. So, I don't have a problem with the game. I think the game is fun. But the graphics, like I said, the graphics could have been a lot better. They definitely did downgrade it. Like I said in my last video, they came out and explained that they downgraded the game. And that's sad that they waited till the game, you know, already released, so they got everyone's money first before they decided to come out and say this, which is kind of petty. But like I said, the graphics are good. But like I said, it could have been better. Comparing it to GTA, since I played both of them at the same time, GTA is a lot prettier. And the funny thing about it is, I don't know how I dodged him right there. I'm a beast. But GTA looks a lot prettier and it runs a lot better. To be honest with you, it does run a lot better and smoother. And I know you're gonna say, well, the world in here is bigger than GTA, so. Yeah, it is, but GTA also has buildings that have a lot of textures in them, cars that have a lot of reflection all over the place, and tons of different cars. And the textures just look a lot cleaner, and it's just way more textures in GTA than on this game, and it just runs a lot better. But not to say that this game is bad. Now, CD Projekt Red did announce that they're going to continue to work on the PC version to add those graphics that were supposed to have been there for launch. So eventually we may get those graphics that we saw in E3 2013 and what is it, VGX 2014. We may get those graphics. Hopefully we do. But let's get to the next thing, man. The music in the game, the music is phenomenal. Like the music that's playing during this battle, I like it. It's pretty good. Like the music that they play is good for all the situations. That's the kind of music I like to hear in the games. Now you guys know I love music, so having a good soundtrack is pretty good. I like it. Now, I'm not one of those nerds that will go out and buy the Witcher 3 soundtrack because I don't listen to that type of music on a regular, so I will not be buying a soundtrack of this game. But it does have a very good soundtrack. Whether you're just in a town chilling, and you know it has a nice little chill music playing, I'm about to die, and this is where I found out that the fire does a lot of damage to it. I was like, oh really? I need to use that more often. But whether you're chilling in the town and it's playing, you know, some nice soothing music, and then when you're in a battle, it plays some nice battle music. If you're in a dark looking area that looks like there's going to be some stuff going down out there, it'll play some music to prepare you for that area. Like, okay, this is, you know, some diabolical theme. Like, yo, it's about to go down out here. You know, it's good. I like that. The next thing I want to talk about is the combat. The combat. Now, this was always a turnoff for me on The Witcher. Like I said, I watched The Witcher 2 back in the day, and because I was thinking about getting it, but I didn't like that. You know, first of all, they kept doing a little spinny twirl sword attack, and then on top of that, you couldn't cut, you know, limbs off. But on this one, you can. And after playing the game, because I was watching people reviews first before I got the game. You know, I watched a few people, and they didn't like the game. They were comparing it, which they shouldn't have. But this is probably why they didn't like the game, because it was going at a game that they felt was good, and they didn't like the hype that this game was getting. And I'm gonna be straight up honest. They might get upset about it, but I think that's the truth. But they were talking about the combat was sluggish and unresponsive, and I'm playing it, and the combat is very responsive, and it feels good. It feels nice and tight. So they were comparing it to Bloodborne, which you shouldn't do, because there are two types of games. Bloodborne is an action RPG. This is a traditional RPG. So they shouldn't be compared, but if you want to compare the two, in my opinion, I think this game is a way better game than Bloodborne. Why? Because one, it's on all systems. It's not a exclusive. Two, even if it wasn't exclusive, I would still think it was better, because there's a lot more you can do on this game. It's a wide open world. It's not as linear as, you know, Bloodborne is. And when you hack things, their limbs fly off, because it doesn't happen on Bloodborne, and that's stupid to me. I think if you are hacking stuff apart and there's blood flying everywhere, you'll think a limb will come off, especially if you're using a big axe. But yeah, this game to me, I think would be better. And yes, I haven't played Bloodborne yet, I will admit, because I know you guys are like, you probably haven't played. I haven't played it yet, but I will be playing it on Monday. My buddy's invited me over, and he has Bloodborne, and he's invited me over just to play Bloodborne. So I will be playing that game, and you will be hearing my opinion on it, especially after playing it. And even if I say the game is good, because I still, like I said, I don't think the game was bad. I think Bloodborne is a good game. I just didn't feel like it should have gotten those scores. Like, I don't think the game is a horrible game at all. So I'm probably going to like the game. I'm probably going to have fun playing it. But I would still probably think that this game is a better game, just because that's just how I look at games. Like, I like games that you have tons you can do in it. And it's not the same stuff like linear and boring. Like, I like being able to do side quests. I like being able to craft things, you know, make armors and stuff like that instead of just buying armors. Like, I enjoy things like that in video games. So I would still, in my opinion, would think that this game is better. But that's all I gotta say, man. The combat is nice and responsive. Like, attacking is easy, dodging is pretty easy. I mean, no, it's not easy actually. The parrying system is pretty tough. Like, you actually have to be good. I am playing on a medium difficulty, and I was getting murked. You saw in that one video I uploaded, I actually died, because sometimes you can get attacked by 2 or 3 enemies, so you have to be on point with your blocking and your parrying, which is pretty difficult. This is a difficult game. Anyway, let me know in the comment section how you feel about my impressions. Comment, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Dislike if you just don't like me. And it's your boy Tick, and I'm gone. Bye.
Not bad. Not bad.